Perhaps no invention has more profoundly modified the art of war than the machine gun, said U.S. Secretary of War Newton Baker. It has certainly been one of the most striking icons of the First World War. For the generals, the machine gun allowed a few men to withstand an onslaught of hundreds. Strategically, it was a godsend. For everyone else looking on, the machine gun was another terrible instrument that precipitated the death of millions. Although repeating fire guns had already been developed and used with small success, the first true automatic machine gun was invented by Hiram Maxim in 1884. Maxim was a brilliant American mechanic who developed a design for a recoil-powered gun. He sold the design to the British Army, which at first did not make much use of the weapon. In 1887, the new Maxim machine gun was demonstrated to the German Army, which adopted a very similar model, the MG-08.
The principle on which a Maxim machine gun operates is recoil reloading. When the gunpowder from a bullet ignites, the recoil pushes a spring behind the bullet. This spring activates a mechanism which pushes the next bullet into the chamber and in firing position. This design allowed a theoretical firing rate of 600 rounds per minute. Since one weapon could now unload so many rounds at once, the machine gun could fill new defensive and offensive roles on the battlefield.
The machine gun is famous or infamous for its wild success as a defensive weapon. A handful of men could set up a machine gun post and defend a large swath of area and resist a massive infantry charge. On the first day of the Somme offensive, the British lost over 60,000 men to the Germans. Most of these men were annihilated by the German machine gun fire. When the British command ordered the soldiers out of the trenches to charge into no man's land, the German gun post opened fire and gave a brutal blow to the offensive.
The machine gun was less successful as an assaulting weapon because of its size and weight. Most World War I machine guns were mounted onto tripods and remained fixed in one place. But as the war went on, some armies developed lighter guns. The smaller Lewis gun was a popular American and British light machine gun, but the larger fixed guns still provided better support. As the technology improved, armies also began mounting machine guns onto planes, boats, and tanks. By the end of the First World War, 12.8 million soldiers had been wounded and 1.5 million killed, more than any war in history. A great many of these casualties resulted from the recoil power machine gun. By 1918, the world had seen enough senseless slaughter, but prepared for a second, even more ghastly conflict that would rock every nation on Earth.